Nigerian population is increasing like rapidly.
Overpopulation will affect our economy.
If our resources is well managed, we don't really have any problem about population.
What makes up the Nigerian population? The people. How many there are? Over 216 million.
As the birth rate increases, the population increases also.
It will really affect Nigerians.
I don't have something that will feed the children. That is why I said, let me just at least control the giving birth.
The United Nations prospects reported last year when we reached the 8 billion human strong. Nigeria was numbered among the 9 countries that contributed to that. We are over 216 million and 265 by 2030. By 2100, we should be about 700. When we have a high TFR and when we have a high annual growth rate, that means the Nigerian population is expected to continue to grow. Over 70% of Nigerian population are young people. We will continue to have young people in our population. The women will continue to have many children until something very drastic is done.
You can see somebody that will have 10 children, like the one that came to me today, 8 children.
When we go to zones or to states, we have states that are having about 9 children per women, and we also have as low as 4 when you come to the south.
If I am going to be opportune and have a better job, maybe I would like many children as I want.
A woman can say, I want to give birth like 2 children. The husband will say he needs 6. There will be issue.
They will tell you that religion is against it, that culture is against it.
Some women, their husbands refuse them taking family planning. So some of them, they might come on their own without informing their spouse about them going for family planning.
If our fertility rates continue to be high, if our unmet needs for family planning is still high at 19% now, and if the contraceptive prevalence rate still remains low at 12 for currently married women, so you know what implication that will have a lot of unwanted or unintended pregnancies. It will also lead to high maternal death. It will also result in us having a high child mortality rate.
You are pregnant, you are not feeding enough, the one you are breastfeeding is not getting enough, then the baby in the womb also is not feeding enough, so there will be poor nutrition, no education, and even death.
People matter. When people talk about population, they lay more emphasis on the number, but the population where we perceive it is what happens to the number.
You can see brain drain in Nigeria. People go to the other country to get manager.
This is my good solid 18 years today, but no job.
Some can't afford to send their children to school. Some can't even afford to pay their rent. Some can't afford to give them food. Honestly, people are suffering.
When we are growing, we will continue to have a problem of food insecurity, not just the insecurity that have to do with kidnapping and all that. There will be stress on the social systems. That's why we have the overall goal of the National Population Policy is to achieve improved quality of life and standard of living for all Nigerians. And that can only be achieved if we can slow down our population growth.
I know that Nigeria, we are blessed with a lot of natural resources. Just the problem is from the government. But yes, I also believe that we should control our birth rate, yes. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Families are allowed to give birth to as much children as they want.
We feel there are not enough resources in the country.
We are too many in this country. Expanding every day, we keep getting large.
The population pressure on the land, coupled with issues of insecurity, shifting people from the spatial spread of the population to a concentrated environment, puts this stress on it. And climate change is a little bit beyond. Climate change is an aspect of environment issues. So when there's a population pressure, when people are moved out of their usual place of residence, they will harness the environment around them. They'll pull down the trees to have firewood. They will overstress the soil, tilling, toiling, tampering with the environment. Where there's supposed to be drainage systems, people are building houses on them because we don't have sufficient space. So the land that is supposed to be protected is now being used for housing. The land that we're supposed to cultivate and leave to recover itself, we keep on cultivating them every year.
The economics is getting tougher and tougher every day. So if we can be able to reduce the number of children we give birth to, it's what will help us.
The Bible says we should multiply. Oh God.
When we reach 5 children, I said with my wife and we discussed, I said she should better start planning.
Family planning is good.
Domestic funding for family planning should be increased. And it should be sustainable.
From how things are going, I feel like the quality of everyday Nigeria might reduce, and family planning will reduce number of population.
Some people consider family planning is a scam, but it actually matters.